food industry says glucose is 4 calories per gram. The food industry says fructose is 4 calories per gram. Therefore, they're equal because they're 4 calories per gram. And if calories were the issue, then they would be right. But calories are not the issue. Okay? The whole issue of calories has to go down the tubes. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, that's the problem. And I am here to #kill the calorie as a unit of measure. It has no place in our in our dialogue. It has no place in medicine. Calories suck. Now, why do I say that? If you take a mole of glucose and you throw it into a bomb calorimeter, you will get 4 calories per gram. That's true. If you take fructose and you throw it in a bomb calorimeter, you will get 4 calories per gram. That's true. We are not bomb calorimeters. Okay?
What's a bomb calorimeter?
It's a contraption that explodes whatever you put in it and measures the heat that's given off from it.
So it measures the amount of calories in something, effectively, using some
because that's what calories are, is the amount of heat required to raise 1 gram of water 1 degree centigrade.
Okay.
So it's a measure of heat, is what it is. That's what calories are. Now, we do our burning in these little organelles inside each of our cells called mitochondria. This is all about mitochondria. And when your mitochondria work efficiently and well, you can burn energy to completion, and you can capture that energy in the form of chemical energy in your cell called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and that's what your cell uses to power all of the functions that the cell needs. The little molecular motors and making stuff and, basically, and also cleaning house, and recycling junk, okay, in order to keep your cells thriving and alive, okay? So mitochondria are essential. Now, glucose stimulates mitochondria to work better. Glucose is actually good. It stimulates 2 enzymes necessary for mitochondria to work. It stimulates an enzyme called AMP kinase, which is the enzyme that actually makes more mitochondria. And it's the fuel gauge on the liver cell, so it tells the liver, make more. And it also stimulates an enzyme called HADH, hydroxyacyl-CoA dehydrogenase, which is necessary to cleave 2 carbon fragments and burn them, oxidize them for energy too. So glucose we can call good because it helps mitochondria. Fructose, on the other hand, this sweet molecule in sugar, in sucrose, it inhibits 3 enzymes in mitochondria. It inhibits that AMP kinase. It inhibits an enzyme called ACADL, acyl-CoA dehydrogenase long chain. It inhibits CPT1, carnitine palmitoyl transferase 1. That's the enzyme that regenerates carnitine, which is the shuttle by which fatty acids can get into the mitochondria to be burned. So the net effect of fructose is to inhibit mitochondrial function. So, does fructose constitute energy if fructose is actually keeping you from making chemical energy in your cell? This is the conundrum. What do you mean by energy? If we're talking heat, then fructose is energy. If you're talking ATP, fructose inhibits ATP. And that's what we're talking about, because that's what leads to systemic health problems, not the heat. So all of these people, as far as I'm concerned, anyone who ever uses the word calorie, fire them, because they don't get it. They are part of the problem, not part of the solution.
Many people will say that sort of counting calories has helped them with their weight loss goals.
You tell me. Virtually everybody who counts calories loses a little bit of weight, and then they plateau, and then they get tired of their diet, and the weight comes rushing back. Okay, 90% of people who try to diet through caloric restriction regain and sometimes yo-yo back even higher. So I don't accept that.
Are there studies that support this idea that sort of the yo-yo dieting is a byproduct of calorific restriction?
Not because of caloric restriction. It's a problem of insulin resistance. It's a problem of when you gain the weight back, did you gain it in the liver as liver fat? Because now you've got higher insulin, and insulin blocks this hormone that goes to the brain called leptin that is in charge of that set point. So the higher your insulin goes, the less well your brain can see leptin. And so the less well you can regulate. And so that's what drives your weight up even higher. So you don't regain the weight by eating, fish and vegetables. You regain the weight because you went for the bread and the rice and the pasta and the potatoes and the sugar.